My name is Isabel Nguyen. I'm a third year art student. But if you were to ask anyone else that isn't really into art, they'll probably say like, "Oh wow, it looks beautiful. It looks pretty." But then it doesn't have any soul to it. Like if you were to look at like something like Leonardo da Vinci, you can see like, oh, it has a piece of the artist in it. It's not just about the end product of it. You're looking about what the artist has put into it so that you could feel that connection to it. I mean, the term starving artist, yeah, it's true. Like it is rough out there, but anyway, but honestly, I think that in the future, I think humans will still be creating art, whether or not there's like jobs, there's like a want for jobs in it. People will still be creating art. It's like when photography was introduced. It was a new technology, and people were thinking like, oh, it's gonna replace portrait artists. Like, oh, their jobs are gone. But we're in the future now, and people are still drawing, and people are still making photography, but they both still coexist with each other. So I think we'll find a way around this. I feel like it's kind of hard to find who's really accountable because it's like the voices of so many other people and someone else is taking all those like thoughts and voices into one amalgamation of things. But then the AI itself can't determine whether or not it has like a human qualitative idea to it. Like there's like this one incident that happened on Character AI where a 14-year-old got advice to kill themselves from the AI, which is not a good thing. Like that's just horrible. It's so awful that they had to like be to be put into that position to actually just only be talking to AI and not an actual person. And then for that AI to actually tell them to end their lives. And also, I heard there's like environmental consequences as well. It's like burning down rainforests and stuff, and it's just using a ton of amount of like resources just to keep it running, and money probably too. It's like expensive. It's bad for the environment. It's just so ass. There's nothing good about it. It should be used as a tool. Like, of course, there's with the cons. There's also pros to it. Like, I can't really deny. Like, it should be used as a tool to help people with like very, what's the word, repetitive tasks. Like I've heard it could help in like in a hospital sense maybe. It could help like do like office work or I don't know, but it shouldn't be doing the actual like surgery. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a good analogy.
Hi, I'm Chris. My program is Bachelor of Fine Arts Studio, particular focus, and I am third year. Okay. So, strictly generative AI, if it makes a mistake, I don't even know. Like, I just blame humans for, like, allowing this to happen and blaming them for allowing generative AI to be a thing in the first place. That's what I would say. I'd say everyone's at fault, including the generative AI, because it's out here creating everything. I mean, as I mentioned before, revenge porn. Children are put at risk. Um, Pedophiles are going to go crazy for that, and it's really messed up. And video and photo evidence, how long until that's ruled out as proper legal court evidence? So, not only is generative AI taking away jobs, it's putting women at risk, it's putting children at risk, it's even putting men at risk, it's putting everyone at risk. And we, as people who live underneath a government who knows what they could do with generative AI to frame us for different things and use it as a means for oppression and possibly dictatorship.
I'm Danielle, and I'm a second year in the social work program. I think as an artist, it's very scary for us knowing that a lot of like our jobs are being replaced by AI, like design jobs, making logos and websites, things like that. But also, it's not even just concerning for artists. I feel like for everyone, like computer programmers, like a lot of the coding process is replaced by AI now. My my mom works as an AI developer, and she tells me about how much like how many people like they've laid off because they can shorten so much processes with the AI. They don't need to do so much like manual labor doing like the coding and everything. I think there's definitely positive aspects in a way. I've heard recently there's developments for like disability aids. Like I don't know like the specifics, but I've heard details about like glasses that use AI that can help like um, visually impaired or hard of hearing people with the glasses will like use AI to describe the surroundings like whatever it sees. I think like things like that it's definitely a positive. It there's a lot of especially for people with disabilities, even online like on social media. Um, I'm actually visually impaired, so it's hard for me to see. Sometimes I need like audio like help, and there's a AI like transcribers and like things that will read out loud for you, and I think that's really helpful in that sense. I guess it's hard to find where the AI sources its like material from. I think it heavily depends. Like for example, there's some AIs that have been like programmed to speak a certain way. Like for example, like Elon Musk's Grok. I feel like it puts certain. They definitely programmed it to speak a certain way. So I think in that case, I think that you could put the blame on the developers. I think it's definitely people losing creativity, losing like brain function as well. There's been studies with them that my mom was telling me about how her company they were doing studies of people with like AI usage, and they're monitoring the left side of their brain, which is like I'm pretty sure I think that's the creativity side, and they were like losing function in that side. It was literally like making them dumber the more they used AI. I think relying on AI for everything, it's so like that's the biggest consequence for me. I've even noticed it a lot as a student as well. A lot of my classmates, they just let AI do everything for them, and it's so frustrating from like an academic standpoint and even just like morality. I'm like, you're letting a robot think for you basically. Like you have they can't do anything for themselves anymore. It's so like it's sad, and it's just I think it's just a natural consequence of using AI for everything. It's like people are getting lazy, and like they have no creativity. There's no point. They see no point in having like putting effort into making art or anything like that, which is it's it's part of what makes us human. I think art is definitely a big like a thing with culture and humanity, in my opinion. She works from home, and she lets AI do so much from her, and she makes a lot of money doing it, and it's really concerning from a job standpoint because like these are my competitors basically in the job field. Like for anyone going into like IT and like computer sciences, it's really concerning seeing like people at the top of the chain, and they let AI do everything. It's like, what can we even do at this point, you know?
I don't really know if I think there is an ethical way to use generative AI, because the very basis of it is just regurgitating information. I think maybe it's more convenient, and the alternative to generative AI, it takes a little more effort on the user's part. But even if everyone consented to their data being used for AI and it was all like perfectly fine in that sense, AI is horrible for like the environment. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It runs on these large data centers that need like an insane amount of electricity and water to fuel them. So even outside of the ethics around like plagiarism and the realm of that, just from an environmental standpoint, I think the alternatives, whether or not they're more convenient, are way more ethical, and we need to be investing our time into that. Our society runs on so much things being just like, oh, here's a quick thing, instant gratification. AI will give you that, but the at the stake is like our own like cognitive um, like thinking for ourselves, and also like the environment. So I think whether or not it's ethical which I believe is unethical, but maybe people have different opinions on that, isn't maybe the biggest concern in some senses, where you can look at the clear data that it's terrible for the environment, and we should all be very aware of that. So I never know how to finish things. So yeah, but I'm sure whatever I post on Instagram is being used to train data every day, which is just awesome. I have had some artist friends, so I guess not their exact likeness, but their like particular art styles being reproduced in AI, and like the exact characters that they've created for their own stories and purposes being kind of repurposed in this AI. Um, and unfortunately, there's not anything they can really do about it. There's no like legal things. It's a very gray area right now. Even like large companies are struggling to like find ways around AI. So yeah, I have had some friends online who have experienced that, but thankfully I haven't yet. But I don't know. We'll see.
Like I get the sense that like people are starting to like this is giving them a good reason to finally like no longer respect artists. I guess like now that like the people who don't want to put in the effort or time to like master an artistic skill can make something. They're like, oh, I'm just as good as you now. Why should we pay you this much? Why should we respect you this much? You should get a real job like what I'm doing in accounting instead of like doodling, because now doodling it can be made with a machine. I can type it out instantly. So why should you be giving this special treatment, or why should you get to make a livelihood off of what I see as trivial? I guess not the best answer for this at all, but like that's kind of the general vibe that I'm getting right now. Not everyone is thinking like this, obviously, but like more people are, especially people who before didn't have a good reason to, or I guess excuse, or um I don't know how to say this properly, or I guess like before, like if they said this opinion out loud, they would have been ridiculed because like obviously artists are important. No one else can do what they do, but now that we have this bad technology that can poorly recreate what they can do, now they're like getting more bold, I guess, or more confident in their stance.